Hello YouTube! I am Torstein from Cinema Terror. And when you want a safe bet for a quality modern film, then you apparently can do no wrong if you pick something out from South Korea. In Bedeviled, we first get familiar with Hae-won, played by Song Won-yi. She has become tired and angry at life, and it is now affecting her behavior. She has become one of the many in the big city of Seoul, and has lost some of her humanity in the search for success. It has gone so far that she has become cold-hearted, and after a big dispute between her and a colleague at work, she is forced to take a vacation to get herself together.
나가! 휴가라도 갔다 와.
She decides that the best way to spend this time would be to seek solace in her home village that are located on a small, isolated island. When she arrives, she is met by her childhood friend Kim Bok-nam, played by Yong-hee Seo. The two of them have had very different lives, as while Hae-won decides to go out in the world and experience life in the big city, Kim Bok-nam stayed behind at the island, caged to the life that comes with it. During Hae-won's stay, both her and we as viewers starts to see that there is evil on this island. What happens to Hae-won and what secrets are present on this island? We'll have to watch Bedeviled to find out. I am purposely avoiding telling anything about what actually happens in this film, as I believe this is a film that succeeds due to the twists and turns it takes. It's not a film that you should read too much up on before watching, so I will try to make this as spoiler-free as a review can be. You can basically split this movie into two parts, with the first hour being the setup of the world and characters, before it switches to becoming a thrilling and intense second part. As with most good movies, the setup has to be done good for suspenseful scenes to work, and I think that Bedeviled did the first part excellently. Even if she is introduced as a cold character, you still get under the skin of Hae-won very quickly. Then it changes, and you realize that the film is really more about Kim Bok-nam. And the contrast between the struggles of these two women that grew up at the same place easily gets to you. Yeah, life might be hard in the so-called civilized world with stressful jobs and whatnot, but I doubt anyone will trade it for the world that exists outside in small toxic communities like the one on this island. I would have liked to talk more about this and the stuff that goes on there, but since this is a review and not an analysis, then I guess I shouldn't, as it wouldn't be fair to you if you haven't seen the film. When shit hits the fan, the film starts to lose me a bit. Some of the twists it takes didn't quite work and took me out of it for a few occasions. I was also left a bit unsatisfied by the way the film ended, and would have liked it to finish more tighter with a bigger punch. The scenes that show some violence are also not as impressive as the rest, which was a shame as they're still highly effective due to the sheer insanity and evil that is going on. They might leave you gasping when you see them, but on a technical level there are still some improvements that could have been done to them. Perhaps the most impressive part of Bedeviled is the complex characters we get due to the development and the great performances given by all participants. You believe in the reality of them and are curious to see what they will be doing next on screen. I could probably have watched the relationship between Hae-won and Kim Bok-nam for hours, as there are so much more to these scenes than what first meets the eye.
우리 어렸을 적에 네가 오면 밤마다에서 목욕한 거 기억하지? 그랬지. 지하수라 시원하고.
That being said, they could have given us a better reason for why Hae-won went back to the island, as it makes little sense that she would ever return to this vile place once we get to know how things work there. Bedeviled is the directorial debut of filmmaker Young Chol-soo, after he had worked himself up in the business as an assistant director on films such as Samaritan Girl and Spring, Summer, Fall, Winter and Spring by fellow director Kim Ki-duk. I do believe that some of the choices that I dislike can be blamed on the inexperience as a director, but he should also be praised for the nice look of the film. Even with a small budget, his crew was able to create a believable little island, and they get plenty of great cinematography shots out of it. Due to Bedeviled becoming both a critical and financial success, Chol-soo has been able to keep on making feature films, including Secretly Greatly from 2013 and Murder at the Honeymoon Hotel from 2016. Bedeviled is another impressive South Korean thriller. If you're into movies from South Korea, then it's not a question if you should see this or not, of course you should. For the rest I say, yeah, still give The Bedeviled a chance. It is a well-crafted film that with some more tweaking could have been excellent, It delivers interesting characters, has something to say about human value, and if it had only left me a bit more satisfied at the end, I would probably have given this a strong recommendation. Bedeviled is a strong film that can get under your skin, and as such, it gets a score of 3.5 out of 5. Have you seen Bedeviled? If so, what did you think of it? Know of any great modern South Korean films that the rest of us might not know about? Not too long ago I did a review of the 2013 virus outbreak film The Flu, a film more people should check out, so if you haven't seen the film, go over to my review of it and let me convince you of why. I hope you enjoyed this review of Bedeviled. Positive feedbacks such as comments and likes let me know that I should do more of these. Stay tuned for more reviews coming soon here on Cinema Terror.